Welcome, bonjour à tous. Welcome into this video, into this practice that is live on Facebook, but that will be accessible on replay on YouTube and on Facebook. So maybe you're watching from YouTube or Facebook, and either way, you're welcome. The practice I'm going to share with you for 20-25 minutes is a very gentle practice that I usually do before any type of movement session, deeper session. For example, it would be a yoga session maybe, or a dance practice, or even a workout session. It's really the type of movement contemplation that I like to do that really helps me to land in my body and will help me to have a more fulfilling and enriching session, whatever I do, whether it's yoga or dance anyway. So it's a practice that I call a somatic coffee cup. However, I think of renaming it a green tea cup. Just because a coffee cup usually makes me feel jittery and shaking at some point, and might give rise to some feelings of being annoyed or irritation, and that's really not the idea here, right? The idea here is to have a movement practice that will help us to unwind and refresh and warm our body and feel good here. So I'm thinking of calling this practice a somatic green tea cup, as I'm drinking now, because green tea has something smoother than coffee to it. So hello to people who are joining. Let me know if you're here. On my side I have Zoo practicing with me, the dog. Zoo? And the cat also. But the dog is here and she might bark at some point, so I hope she will not, but she might. She's a bit bored, so she might make some noise. Anyway, let me share just a little bit more about the spirit of this session so you can make that yours and start the dive. I like to call this a dive. It's a dive into ourselves. It's a listening to our body, this practice. So the spirit is really a listening to the body. And when it comes to listening, I always think of that wonderful book written by Mark Nepo, which is the book 7,000 Ways to Listen. And in that book, there's a quote, or from that author, there's a quote that is, to listen is to lean in. To listen is to lean in softly, with a willingness to be changed by what we hear. To lean in softly, with a willingness to be changed by what we hear. And this is going to be the spirit of our practice today, okay? To lean in into the body, because we're going to listen to the body. So I invite you to lean in into what you hear from your body, which speaks in terms of sensation, impulses, reflexes, urges, desire for movement and movement. Let's lean in into that conversation that comes from the body, gently, with softness, non-judgment, with the willingness to be changed by what the body has to say. And the way we're going to be changed is that there will be different qualities in our being, in our presence. And we're going to be changed because we are going to be set in movement. So, she's upset, I think. So, panier. Allez, va panier. No? Okay, give me a minute. I have to put her outside, I think. Viens. On sort? On sort? Allez, viens. Okay. Allez, viens. Allez, allez. Okay, she's good. Let's continue. So let's have a practice where we listen to the body softly, with a willingness to be changed by what it has to say, yeah? Not to control. That's going to be the goal. Not to control, but to listen and to enrich ourselves with different qualities of being. Yeah, and from what we feel, we're going to be moved differently also. So the goal is really to listen, to nurture ourselves, and to enrich ourselves as well. It's going to be a standing practice, yeah, so join me and stand, and you can put music. I don't think I'll put music on my side actually, because I'm going to be too distracted. Although I have to keep track of time. All right. So, I always love to start by watching my feet, because somehow that really helps to land, because it gives you visual cues of, yeah, I'm here, that's where my feet are. So if you would just look at your feet and look where they are, and start to listen to the information that's sending to you. So for me, I'm touching wood. So wood is a texture, wood has temperature also, there's a whole feeling to wood. So can I maybe even close my eyes, plant my feet on the floor, and then start the listening here. Listening what I'm getting from my feet. And in that listening, maybe I'm already invited to a change. Maybe I was standing still and the gentleness or the warmth texture from the wood invites me to sway from side to side. So this is an inquiry for you. Observe what you are invited to do, where you are invited to be, from that listening to a sensation. Okay. Let's take the weight over to one foot and lift the other leg, just testing our balance. Yeah, maybe not so balanced, maybe not so confident. And weight to the other foot, lifting the other knee. Maybe try and come on the toes. And see the emotions that arise. Maybe there's a lack of confidence, maybe there's a, whoa, that's too quick already. Or maybe you're very comfortable. Anyway, we're going to start with our first fascia stretch, and so find your way back to the ground. Sit on the floor or on the cushion. And we're going to massage 2 points of the leg. Let me show you my leg. Under the knee. If you extend the leg, you're going to find some type of ligament, probably this here, some bump. With one hand, you're going to grab this and we're going to rub it. With the other hand, at the same time, we're going to rub the Achilles tendon. Yeah, so we're just going to do that for a few seconds. Rub those two places of your body, the place under the knee and the Achilles tendon, just to rub it. And that's the only time in those fascia massage that you don't want to be gentle. You want to be firm, okay? So really go give it a nice rub. As fascia is responsive to warmth and to pressure. Fascia being a connective tissue. If you haven't heard of it, you can let me know. I will tell you more. All right, and that's enough. Now we're going to stand up again and compare the feelings. So we're going to take the weight on the leg we just rubbed, lift the other knee and get a sense. How do you feel standing here on one leg? If you were to come on the toes, if you were to jump, how does that feel? And then on the other leg, compare the feelings. And for me it's quite clear, this leg feels no connection between the knee and the foot, and if I have to jump, it's even more, maybe, I don't know how I can jump from here, and it's definitely not pleasant or not confident. Here I feel much more grounded, ready to play. Yeah. How about standing on both feet? How do you feel on the left side of your body? How do you feel on the right side of your body? Taking the body weight to one foot and then to the other. Again, to continue comparing. Yeah. And then, yeah, we're gonna go back down to massage the other leg. So, that bumpy part just under the knee and then the Achilles tendon. And rub it. Don't be gentle. Massage it, give it warmth. With all your heart, press it, rub it, massage it. Feel the warmth from your own touch. And that's enough. Okay. And again, to compare, coming back up, standing. How does it feel now on the other leg? For me, there's more readiness. Now I feel more landed in my legs even, yeah, because of that little fascia manipulation. So fascia is a sort of connective tissue that you find all around in your body and that connects every part of your body. That's why we were on the knee and the Achilles tendon, because they are going to be connected and they can help us land more in ourselves. All right. Standing on both feet and observe where your feet are comfortable. Is it right under in the line of your pelvis? Is it a little bit wider? Yeah, as wide as the shoulders. And let's take a moment to just get a sense of a body and explore your body. So we continue with the listening. Exploring your body as if it was a land, as if it was a territory that had a landscape, a geography, a weather. Let's just get a sense now of what's the weather of my body. What can I find in the landscape of my body in this moment? And let's make just some movement just to see what we're working with. And I hope the recording is going okay, because I'm wondering if my connection is all right. The movement would be inhale, hands toward the sky. Exhale, palms toward the floor. Staying tall, yeah, and standing. That's the movement in Qigong of bringing the heavens down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. So imagine taking the energy of the sky toward. So you take the energy from the sky and then you pull it down toward the earth as if to root you better. One more time. Inhale. Feel your body stretching the sides of the body, the front and back of the body, and the exhale is a softening. And now another fascia stretch to see how manipulating our fascia can give us more smoothness in our body and in our movements. Stay standing, but I'm coming here to show you. We're going to have your hands interlaced and we're going to place them on the neck. Okay? Placed on the neck, and what we're going to do is use the lower part of your palm to press against the neck. Again, don't be too gentle. And imagine your neck is a sponge and you're going to press it and then release. Press it and release. I'm going to guide you, okay? So, like this. Can you see? I hope you can see. Press it and release. So let's do that together. we're going to little bit lower the head down and press, squeeze the sponge of your neck, and then take the head back up and release. Just a few times. Down, press, release, lift up. 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 Now to the left side, press, lift up. Left press, release, lift up. One more. Left press, release, lift up. To the right side, squeeze the neck, lift up, release, squeeze, and lift up, release. Squeeze, lift up, release. One more. Squeeze, lift up, release. Make circles, squeeze and release continuously as you circle the head. Don't be gentle, be firm. The other way around. And release. Ooh. How do you feel now? It's interesting for me. Such a release around the shoulder that feel like going all the way down to the legs. Yeah, again, fascia are all connected, and around the neck there's a lot of fascia, fibrous and protein tissue all around, connecting to the back line. So let's see what it's like now to take the hands up to the sky and exhale down. Notice if there's any change of sensation in your arms, and then down. Yeah, and maybe the other way around, we're going to part the clouds, separate the clouds. So it's like you're going to take your shirt off, except you don't. And then open the arms up and to the side, exhale. Separating the clouds in Qigong. Inhale, lengthen, grow taller. Exhale, landing your feet on the ground, on what your feet is touching. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Alright, I'm gonna invite you to just pulse your arms to the side. Inhale, exhale, bend the elbows, soften the wrists, soften your fingers, and we bend the knees as well slightly. So just a little pulsation here. Inhale, grow taller, exhale down. And in that movement, I'm going to invite you to be in your listening. And maybe you have some images coming up, like in that movement, maybe you feel like you're a bird flying high in the clean blue air. Inhale and exhale. And in your listening, I want you to feel free to evolve toward any other movement. Yeah, to be changed by what you hear. So you can keep a shape of that movement, initial movement, somewhat you keep it somewhere, or the pulsation, sense of that movement. And start to let yourself move by what you hear from your body. The body connected to the ground, the body connected to the heavens. That has started to melt away tension with the fascia exercise. Oof. Making noise is welcome, okay? So I'm kind of, making noise here on my side some mornings because it feels so good. So you're alone on your side, maybe nobody can hear. So feel free to let yourself make noises as well. Okay. Wherever you are, I'm going to invite you to lower the volume of your movement. So to come back to a still posture, standing, somewhat still breathing, but to come back to standing still and to notice all the ways your body is in micro movement here, Like the body didn't stop moving inwardly. Maybe outwardly the movement are not here anymore, but inwardly there's something still happening. Yeah, like an inner dance, like an inner flow, like an inner sea. Find your breathing in that sea, in that inner landscape, and notice how your landscape has changed already. All the little ways or the big ways that you feel different. Maybe what felt like rocky, rusty in your landscape, in the landscape of your body, now feels like a soft tide. Maybe now it's water. Maybe it feels like a beach of white sand. Or use images, enrich your movement, your sensation, thanks to your imagination. Okay, should we do one more fascia stretch? I want to do one more, one that I love to do, it's so delicious too. So you're gonna I'm starting with the right shoulder, you can too. Take your left hand and we're gonna take the left thumb to really the base where the shoulder and the head and the neck meet. Okay, so it's going to allow us to grab the trapezius muscle, that muscle that goes from the neck to the shoulder. You want to grab it, and again, don't be gentle with yourself. It's the only time you don't want to be gentle with yourself. We're gonna squeeze it and really squeeze it hard, because when I teach it in courses in person, people don't have feelings after doing it because they haven't squeezed it enough. So be firm, squeeze and lift your shoulder, and then when you drop your shoulder, you release the squeeze. And so we're sponging the trapezius muscle again. Squeezing, lifting up, exhale, release. And it's the squeezing of the left hand that kind of initiate the lifting up, okay? And release. One more time. Lift, release. Now we're going to push the right hand forward, squeeze the right trapezius, exhale, release, take the hands back. Push the hands behind you, squeeze, come back, release. Forward, squeeze, release, backward, squeeze, release. One more time, forward, squeeze, release, backward, squeeze, release. Let's do 2 circles, squeezing and then releasing, one way, and then the other way, and then relax. And compare right shoulder, left shoulder. Oh, it's a huge difference. I just want to come closer to see. Feels crazy, huh? Yeah, much more lengthen on the right side. And again, come on your right side, because it's linked to the back chain of muscles and fascia of the body. So you're gonna feel it also in the way you stand. Maybe extend the left leg, see how you feel confident or weak here. And then going to the left foot, lift the knee, check your balance, maybe not that balanced. And then send the right leg forward. And maybe here there's a change. Maybe you feel more confident. Or maybe not, anyway. So that's for checking what's happening on the lower part of the body. And checking with movement again, hands toward the sky to take the heavenly chi, and hands down. Notice how your movement feel here. In the shoulders, separating the clouds. Can your brain notice the difference on both sides? Yeah. So again, for me it's clear there's a huge softening on the right side, making movement feel so unctuous and continuous, and on the left side it's still a little bit rusty and not that comfortable. And then standing still, breathing in one part of the body and then imagining breathing on the other part of the body, just to see how much space do you have on each part of the body. I feel much less space on the left side and so much more space on the right side. Like, I'm feeling myself more here on the right side. On the left side, I feel I have to hold myself. Yeah, to be a bit more squeezed, and maybe movement doesn't feel as good or as confident or comfortable. So should we even things out and also massage the left side? I think so, right? Let me check the time. Okay, not too bad. Still have time for movement after. So, right hand touching the base of the neck, grabbing, really grab it, grab your trapezius muscle, and squeeze when you lift, release when you drop it down. Squeeze, release, squeeze, lift, release, squeeze, lift, release, squeeze, lift, release. One more time, squeeze, lift, release. Hands forward, squeeze, release, take it back, push it back, squeeze, release. Two more time each side, squeeze, squeeze it hard. Okay, and then making circles, and really grab yourself and squeeze yourself. Okay, really squeeze it, it's worth it. The other way around. Okay, wonderful, beautiful. Release and observe. How does it feel now? Oof. Do you want to make noise as well? Observe, and observe how it makes you feel. Like even me, it makes me want to smile so much. I feel, oh, finally. Oh, more space. Yeah, so you can come back to the bird movement. Inhale, maybe coming all the way to the toes. Exhale down. Inhale, separate the clouds. Exhale down. Come back to the bird. Inhale, hands to the side. Exhale down. And this time, bring the heavenly chi to the earth. Inhale, hands up. Exhale down. And alternate between each movement or any other movement. This is just to give you a canvas. Yeah, a canvas. Yeah, I'm improvising here, the movement also. Just let yourself move and notice the difference now in having both sides feeling so much more open. Yeah. Connect your breath to your movement. One inhale or one exhale. Okay, exploring some more just for 3 more breaths. And then I'm going to invite you to come back to standing still. Slowly lowering the volume of your movement. So that the process is very organic, the transition is very organic, and you can start to tap into the inner movement of your body. And maybe you notice that you have much more space for movement to happen, much more inner space for movement to happen. So again, deep practice of listening to the body, to what the body has to say. Now that it has a little bit melted, softened, even more. Still noticing your breath as part of your landscape, your feet on the ground, the sensation of the feet on the ground. And feel free to let some outward movement show. Yeah, you can be in a completely still posture and enjoy your inner dance, the micro movement of your body that we can't really see from the outside. Or feel free to let that inner dance express itself a little bit outward too. Yeah. Okay. Take one more moment to connect with your imagination and ask yourself, how does that feel? How does my landscape, the landscape of my body feel now? What's the landscape? Maybe the environment has totally changed. Maybe it's a little bit different. There's no right or wrong answer, okay? There's only where you are, and that's what we're listening to. Yeah. And in that kind of practice that I love to do, I really want to include touch as well, touching my body. So that's what we're going to do. Final exploration of that practice is touching, and again we're gonna get the inspiration from a Qigong movement called the Small Heavenly Circuit. So let's do it one time, a little bit more Qigong style, and then let's do it a little bit more Laura style, your own style, touching style. Okay, so we're still standing, hands to the side. Take a breath in and exhale through the feet. Ground yourself. On the inhale, we're gonna lift the hands toward the sky. And on the exhale, we're gonna take the hands above the head. So we lower the hands above the head. We're never touching here at the moment. Behind the head and toward the neck. So this is an exhale. Inhale toward the collarbones, heart, abdomen. Exhale toward the kidney, and then all the way down the back of the legs. Yeah. Not touching. Above the feet, and inhale through the inside of the leg. Resting then the hands in front of your lower belly, which is your sea of Qi, the lower dantian. Yeah, a very big center energy. Okay, maybe let's do it a little bit more. Maybe one more time, Qigong style. So inhale, hands up. Exhale, feel the top of your head and sense the space above between your hands and your skull. Hands toward the neck. Inhale, hands toward the collarbones, heart. Exhale toward the kidney. Back of the leg all the way down. Above the feet, and inhale inside the leg, come back up in front of the dantian. Take a few breaths here. You can keep your wrist relaxed in front of the lower dantian, so the low belly area. And let's just take a few breaths to sense the space that we traced with our hands, so the space right in front of us. Feeling you're being embraced and hugged by that space, okay? Let yourself be hugged by the space. It's a nice practice, just do it. Maybe you're like, what are you inviting me to do, Laura? What's that idea? Just do it. And one more time we're gonna do really connecting to the space. Yeah? Inhale, hands up. And exhale. And notice here if you have a sense of feeling touch already, although you're not touching yourself. Inhale. Exhale, kidney, back of the leg, all the way down. Inhale, inside of the leg. Oh la la. And then exhale in front of your dantian. And now the invitation is to repeat that, but touching the body. We're gonna go slow. Inhale, hands toward the sky. Exhale gently, with all the gentleness of the world, sense your hands dropping on your skull, toward the neck. Inhale, touching your collarbones, your chest, abdomen. Exhale, circling toward the kidneys and down through the legs. Inhale the feet and the inside of the legs. And exhale, hold your belly. Oh la la. Oh, that feels good to me. I hope it feels great for you too. Take your time and repeat it 2 or 3 more times. Yeah, at your own time. Whenever you're ready, hands up. Go as slow as you wish. And notice that it's not just the hands sensing the body, it's the body sensing and responding to your touch. Being responsive and aware of being touched with all the gentleness of the world, in the world. Two more times if you're following my rhythm. The invitation is to stay longer now in any body part that seems to call it. So we're really back to the deep listening of the body, even though we have a movement that we are quote unquote executing. Let's listen to the body and see where it wants to be held a little bit more, or maybe hug a little bit. Maybe it wants to be massaged at some place, so go ahead and do it. Whatever you meet on your way, be responsive to your own body. Breathe more, yeah. You don't have to follow anymore the pattern of breathing here. If you feel your body has really come alive through that touch, then the last time you repeat the further, like the next step invitation would be to let your body lead the dance. And so maybe you're gonna get out of the pathways of the movement we were doing. Get out. Make your own way and enjoy it, yeah? So, inhale. Exhale. You're guided by what you hear from your body, and maybe you're in a very deep listening that doesn't show so much outward. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you cannot do anything wrong here. Maybe you want to touch your arms also. And I'd say whenever you're finished with that last repetition, the invitation is to let yourself go into very intuitive movement, or to repeat any movement we did so far, or to go for your own movement practice. If you have any type of movement, yoga practice, just go for it. See where your body wants to take you. Yeah. The willingness to be changed by what we hear. Notice maybe you want to start with micro movement that doesn't show outward, and leaning softly into what you hear. So this is the free movement practice, yeah? Lean in your sensation, your urge to move, and take your time in swallowing them. Tapping into the fascia, melted fascia quality of being continuous, continuous, fluid movement. The sense of continuity, harmony, support, whole body integration type of quality. Like a big hug from the inside, or like a massage from the inside. You can also start to touch things around you, take support on anything on the chair next to you, and notice what it's like to receive that information, and see if you can play with it and accept to be changed by what you hear. Yeah. Or touch the floor and accept the information from the floor, leaning into what you sense and accepting to be changed. Okay, and from here, well over time as usual, sorry. From here you can continue if you wish, or just come back, lowering the volume of your movement, coming back to stillness, and take a last check with the landscape of your body. How does it feel? All right, have a beautiful day and see you again, surely, for another movement practice.